Ho ho ho, Merry Solstice! To celebrate, I got on the festive outfit and I have what should hopefully be a pretty good run coming up here. You see, last time I was using the quick bow, and the quick bow was working out great, absolutely fantastic, right up until it wasn't. So today what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using a very similar type of weapon, fast fire rate, range. Doesn't have as handy of a critical, only works on immobilized targets as opposed to just hitting an enemy a couple times and getting criticals there on out. But the fact that it scales with survival, I think, is going to make all the difference. At quick bow run, I mean, it was exactly as I predicted when I was in the cavern. I was going to get killed by the final boss, just in 2 hits, no problem at all, and lo and behold, it's exactly what happened. Let me tell you, I think one of the things that I really have to consider is that you need to have disengagement on a tactics run. But, you know, in some ways, it was kind of the perfect run for tactics. It worked out so well. It had a lot of great surprises, and then it had a lot of great disappointments at the end there, which I think just encapsulates how I feel about that stat entirely. Here, on the other hand, the fact that I am working with a survival run, I think is going to make just the fact that I won't die in 2 hits is going to be so important. And I have been told that this weapon is actually very good for taking down bosses, can have extremely high DPS, and it's not even all that difficult to good timing on the cherry there. It's not even all that difficult to get some sort of form of immobilization. I mean, not only do you have the wolf trap unlocked from the very start of the game, increases damage entirely, works for quite a long time, but in the last couple updates, you know, a lot of immobilization type of weapons have been changed to survival scaling. Stuff like the ice grenade, the stun grenade, root grenade especially I have unlocked right now with the hope that I'm going to be using it a lot in the future. Well, right into it, eh? It's not too bad. I mean, you even got good old mainstays like shields, not even just the cudgel, but any sort of shield that you can get a stun with is likely to end up with you getting at least a little bit of a stun there. And the weapon itself does occasionally immobilize enemies. You'll see some ghostly chains appear around an enemy, and then even if you're not using any sort of secondary item or shield that could allow you to get stunning there, you'll still get a critical anyway. It's overall pretty good, which is a far cry from what this weapon used to be. I mean, back in the day, this used to be a weapon that scaled solely with tactics, and you would almost never have enough ammo to actually kill an enemy before you ran out and had to either parry or just run around until you managed to get some more back. So getting a very nice critical, getting a little bit better scaling, I like the look of this weapon entirely, even though I have not really used it too much since it was changed up. That said, the fact that I think that it's going to do well against bosses is great, because that's always the thing on 5-cell mode that I struggle with more than anything else. Making sure that I can get bosses down before they either wombo combo me into oblivion or just deal too much malaise damage for me to, you know, continue on very well. As it is, it seems like the first 2 mutations should be pretty obvious. Necromancy and double ammo I think is going to be very useful, even though as I was using the quick bow last time, ammo was not as much of a concern as I expected it to be. Because usually that's something that I'm always really worried about, ammo management, but using a shield, and especially if I have something like arrows stuck in an enemy come back that I do with the powerful grenade right now, might not be too bad at all. Ooh, although getting a little bit of extra poison here, I should be able to afford that easily. Yeah, as long as I'm very diligent when it comes to using the shield, I should be totally fine. An AoE stun that will enable me to get a lot of extra damage with this weapon, I can see being very, very useful. The other type of mutation that I'm thinking about taking is something that I haven't really used a whole lot, even though it does seem like it could possibly be quite powerful. I'm talking about Instinct of the Master of Arms. That is, you know, just with the amount of criticals that I'm going to be getting during this, I should be able to get constant root grenades, wolf traps, whatever I'm looking for with this weapon, as long as I have that working for me. I could even maybe end up taking some prohibitively long cooldown type weapons, maybe something like the Giant's Whistle, and happen to get a lot of usage out of that even in boss fights, just because of the amount of criticals that I'm going to be getting. I have currently, what, 60 ammo on this weapon, and if every single one of those is going to be a critical, yeah, everything will be off of cooldown instantaneously. I don't know, it's something to think about. I'm going to be sacrificing a little bit of extra health if I don't take something like the Dead Inside, but I think that could definitely be worth it in the long run. I mean, like I was saying, I haven't really used this weapon too much. I mean, even the last time that I was using it, it was more as a way to get myself a little bit of poison synergy than anything else. So I am interested now that I've been told that the weapon is very good and I should be using it more often. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe what I should try to do is I should try to rush a little bit, potentially get a nice fast run in honor of the solstice. Yes, I know, it's like, couldn't you have just waited a couple days? No, I want to do it right now. Here, I'll make it up to you on Boxing Day, doing a Hayabusa Gauntlets. I've already been jumping around an awful lot compared to the original plan for these runs as it is. I don't think continuing to do weapons out of order is going to be that big of a deal. Nice try. As always, it's so nice to get a ranged weapon run working with. There we go. Well, okay, come on now. Ranged weapons are very good when it comes to working with a survival run. Survival has the best ranged weapons, and I think that you're going to see a very good example of it over the course of this, provided that my rushing does not leave me with too few stats to continue on. We'll see. I mean, sure, even though some of the ranged weapons have gotten quite nerfed, looking at you, stuff like Nerves of Steel, the Boomerang, everything like that, but there's still plenty of great weapons out there that can prove how potent a ranged survival run can possibly be. And this will be another in the long line of those. Root and down. As long as I can get some form of 100% on poison for, well, the one form 100% on poison for the repeater crossbow, I should be sitting pretty for the rest of this. And I think that as an effort to kind of rush it a little bit, I'll end up skipping going into the prison depths for the first time in quite a while. Because usually that's been a mainstay of these sort of runs, to try to get to as many stats as possible, but I don't know, I started out getting a curse chest, something that I didn't even comment on. Hey, that was cool that I got a curse chest. But yes, I don't know. I think that maybe, especially knowing that bosses are not going to be that big of a deal, hopefully. Again, that's the working theory, not the working fact as of just yet. That I don't necessarily need to go down there right now. We'll see. Nothing. Not even the synergy that I'm looking for right now. You know, also, if I am going to be going fast, I might want to make an attempt to go for the Giant. After all, that does cut out the entire castle by the end of this, and that's definitely in character as far as a fast run goes. Let's just say this root grenade is going to be hanging around here for quite a while. And Instinct of Master of Arms is going to be quite handy for that. If I get some sort of piercing, then even hitting the eye, I can get 2 criticals for each one of the 70 or 60 bolts that I got in this weapon right now. Yeah, not bad at all. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. Root Grenade hitting both of the... I think it's going to hit both the hands at once, and that will be... You know, let's just take this thing right now. Why not? Yeah, Root Grenade would hit both of the... Obviously, the Wolf Trap is not going to be very useful, but the Root Grenade could be very good in that fight. And I would like to go for the Giant more often, after all. I'll make an attempt. I'll see if I can't get something happening. If nothing else, compared to most survival runs that end up going to the Giant, I think this one has a lot better chance. Usually, slow weapons against the... I guess they're technically not flying hands, but they are flying enemies in the form of his hands. It's effectively the same thing. Careful, careful. In fact, I might just end up switching out the Wolf Trap for something else. Well, I'm going up against Concierge first, so it's going to be very useful there. Probably very useful versus the... Probably going to be also very useful versus the Hand of the King. But until that point, I don't know. I'm going to keep on the lookout for something else to be getting. No, as it is, this has been pretty expedient of a run, and I would like to keep it that way. I was complaining about how long these runs tend to take, so... If I can't make something happen here, that's only better for me. Alright, definitely going to want to look for the food shop. If I'm not working with Dead Inside, if I'm not working with the... If I'm not working with Dead Inside or the... What is the other thing I'm working with? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not working with Dead Inside. If I'm not working with the Heart, I am going to be maybe hurting on Malaise over time. So I'm going to keep that in mind when it comes to hitting up some areas here. Also, what do you got here? I can't tell. Tentacle? Not something that I'm expecting to be very useful, but I don't know. Maybe something can happen here. What do you got for victims release Toxic Cloud, etc.? I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be anything very useful compared to what I got going on right now. Already have some form of poison. I just need to go buy another repeater crossbow in one way or another. This is definitely the sort of weapon that I want to have as much damage on it as possible. It's not. I don't think it's going to be something so supported by the secondary weapons and everything like that that you can have a very low-level version of it and it'll still work out just fine. Let's take a look. Nah. And if anything, I would probably look at getting some form of a power. Maybe even something like a tonic to make sure that I'm topped up on health over the course of this run. Okay. Getting hit an awful lot, but again, that's more of a result of me speeding around here than anything else. Alright, this isn't quite a boss, but certainly close enough. Let's see that damage. Yeah, didn't even lose half my ammo there, so I want to say that this is going to go pretty well. Or at least, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, and something that I always keep forgetting to do is the repeater crossbow is dropped by the dark trackers, you know, the guys that you find all over the place on high cell difficulty, but especially in the Sepulchre. So if you're looking to get this weapon yourself, that's definitely... You've probably already got it. You fight so many trackers over the course of any run that you just tend to, even though I think this is technically considered a very rare blueprint, you find it anyway. Some rare blueprints, just as a numbers game, you find yourself lucking into more often than not. For example, something like the... Come on now. It's not as good a damage as I was hoping for. But this is also kind of an unusual area, too. You know what? Give me this for the gold as well as a cell. Yeah, something like the neon suit. I was going to say iron suit. I don't know why that immediately came to mind. Is one that you just find yourself getting because kamikaze bats are so ridiculously populous in any run that you tend to end up doing. Well, definitely going to want to find that food shop now. Ain't going too bad, but I would like to, like I was saying, I think the number one thing is to get an upgrade for my repeater crossbow. I'm still working with the most basic version of it. Don't even have the poison synergy that I really need. Poison synergy plus piercing is going to be the order of the day. Oh well, this should also be a fairly easy boss fight coming up here that I can get a yes, please. Well, not so much for going fast, but for buffing out my stats, why not? Yeah, this is a type of build that should be able to get the legendary items from bosses pretty well. I can see myself perfecting most of the bosses that I'm coming up against if I can just get a decent upgrade for a lot of the things that I'm using going on. You know, for poison synergy, keeping this type of necklace plus some sort of shield could also be good. Maybe do it somewhat like a spiteful sword run. I don't know, something to think about. Either way, I think that for the most part, poison synergy should be sorted out. I just need to get something that actually takes advantage of that at this point. Now, I should remember that there is one more curse chest coming up here. And that is going to be... it's a survival run. And technically, this doesn't really have the same sort of issues with a normal survival weapon of taking a long time to start up. It's really more one that instead locks you in place when you're using it. It has a cooldown rather than a startup than anything else. And that can be a little bit frustrating. Nope. Reflection of the projectiles doesn't even matter that much with how much I'm hitting you. Besides, I tend to knock him out of his spinning startup as it is anyway. Should get Explorer's Rune happening any second here, and that will make navigating around this area much easier. Because I can't believe that I still haven't found either of the cell doors in this area yet. I mean, come on. Usually just find those as you're going through this place, but not so much right now. Yep, that's working out pretty well. Unfortunately, the necromancy is going to have my back when it comes to doing this. I've just been a little bit reckless, but that's the attempt here. That's the idea, that being a little bit reckless is going to still work out well with this type of weapon. Something that the various tactics runs that I've been doing lately haven't really had. I mean, there you need to be very careful. I like to play recklessly. And if I can get a run that works that way, if I don't have to worry about perfect play and the like, I think that's just going to be better for the future when it comes to choosing builds in the future, yeah. Alright, well, it's not that great, but I'll take it, I guess. I guess I'm going to have to save up for a potion charge in the future at this rate. Oh, boy. Oh, well, let's take care of that curse and then get out of here, because I don't really know if there's too much else to be said when it comes to doing the ossuary. It's just, like I said, getting an upgrade for the... Getting an upgrade for the weapon is going to be the most important thing. And done. Not bad. A little bit of extra stats, too. Sounds good. And maybe also, speaking of upgrades, an upgrade to the wolf trap. Because I think I'm still using the... Well, a basic version of it. If I can get Toxic Cloud. I already got toxins on here, as it were. Not too worried about getting that covered anymore. No, I think the root grenade that I'm working with right now is probably something I'm going to be taking to the end of the game at this rate. 73,000. But that would be the one if I possibly could. Only 50,000, but yeah, after the shopping spree that I went on there, I don't really think that's going to be working for me. Also, I do need to take that cursed chest before I forget. Went in there, but then realized that I probably didn't want to. Maybe. Kind of like the idea of this. Sure, I already got a version of mobilization, as it were. I think that getting a little bit of extra damage, as well as stuff like the electrocutes enemies, could be quite useful. But yeah, I wanted to take care of that elite before I got that cursed chest, and then almost forgot about that, as I really was intending to warp back there. I mean, hey, works. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's a pretty substantial damage increase. I'm not too sad with that at all. Good. All right, now I can get out of here. Like I said, necromancy should take care of the malaise that I'm feeling right now. This isn't really the traditional type of survival run, but that's just fine. Would have liked to get those 60 kills, though. Okay, come on. I'm willing to spend a little bit of money on this. I'm not going to take damage in this fight. Sure. Famous last words, I know, but hey, if I can't get the poison synergy, I can do this. Also, I was really running out of money there. I didn't want to roll the bones one more time. Gotta save some of this cash all up. After all. All right, and just a little bit more rooting would be all I need here. You can see the DPS pretty good. But it would also just be nice if I wasn't taking 2 times damage at the same time as well. Ooh. Oh, wait, no, that is actually a, well, lost the legendary weapon. The rooting is very minimal, I'm noticing, on the root grenade. This is one of the few times that I've been, for the most part, generally don't use this weapon. Generally don't use the root grenade too much, but I guess it's not as impressive as I was hoping that it was going to be. Because I was expecting that when the Concierge was doing that jump, that there wouldn't have been a problem with it keeping him in place for even a small amount of time. As it turns out, that wasn't the case. Alright, I'm not going to be rolling with, not going to be rolling with the vampirism for right now, but what I am going to be rolling with is a re-rolled version of this. Like, come on. Still no poison. There's only one ranged weapon that is even unlocked right now. Why can't I just get a different version of this that has... save up your money, I guess, is the best way to put it. That said, I'm still going to try to go for... Still going to make an attempt to go for the giant at the end of this, and hopefully that's not going to be the thing that does me in. All right. Well, hey, that said, it's like, all things considered, considering how, you know, looking at how fast I'm blowing through this run, it's really not going too bad at all. More than anything else is the malaise, the fact that I'm having some problems not being malazed up so much. He's really the only complaint that I would have here for the most part. And that's really because I'm not taking all of the usual mutations that I do. Something like Dead Inside Necromancy would be... I'd be sitting a lot better in terms of that. That was very close. Wow, I'm shocked that I didn't get hit there, but that's fine. The less I can get hit, the better. Good. And good. Damage taken inflicted on enemies? Nah. Haven't really been using it. As always, shields have not been used enough. Really got to make more of an attempt to try to get those things in the limelight more often. You know, in the way that, like, Rush would be proud of me. Of course, Rush would also not be proud of me because of the lack of salesmen that I have on the channel. Really got to look at getting into advertising more. Good. 75% damage reduction, all right, but, you know, like I was saying, it's not really of a huge concern right now to be worrying about health. I mean, this is... As of right now, I have the same amount of health that I had at the end of the last run. So yeah, I don't know. I think that as of right now, might just want to switch out the root grenade. It's something that seemed like a really good idea, but just doesn't seem to be pulling its weight. Though I really am going to need that if I'm going up against the giant is the problem. Because that is just so... I need something to get as much damage on that dude as possible, because it is going to be so hard to hit him in general. Doubly so. I mean, even with a doubly so of the God, I can't even remember where I was going with that sentence. Oh well. Think of it as the Solstice also providing short attention spans. Good. 60 kills. Nice, nice. I didn't even realize that I was that close. I'm so used to screwing things up at this point in time that I don't even expect myself to be getting the basic, you know, kill doors. It's the idea that you're rushing. If I wasn't rushing, also Rush would be proud. If I wasn't trying to moving pictures around here, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I would probably be getting the kill doors and everything like that, no problem at all. Because, I mean, you know, as you were saying with this is a very similar type of weapon to the one that I was previously using, the quick bow, and that was working out great. Although I don't have not the necromancy, but the networking. The necro working, which is something that I did not give as much praise to as I probably should have. Man, that networking did so much more than I expected. Because the idea of a bunch of enemies being in front of you, you get the networking damage, and then you combo that with the damage you get for like piercing arrows, and you're just clear-cutting your way through huge swaths of dudes. Finally! Oh my god, you took so... Where have you been all my life? The thing is, I would have loved to have gone through the cavern once again. It's just... With the amount of damage I've been taking and everything, it's just been kind of a questionable play if I decide to do that. Now, this would be the one to take, but 52,000. I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's a couple more doors around here that I haven't gone into, but... yeah, at least one treasure door. But I might also just want to save up my money to get some more healing, too. Kind of keep on the forefront of that, so that I don't have to worry about it. I don't know. There's a couple different plays that work out here. Also, yeah, I completely forgot that the dive attack does count as a stun for the purposes of this weapon, too, so... Should probably think about using that as much as I possibly can as well. Okay, okay. Maybe I will actually hit the 50,000 at this rate. Because it ain't working out too badly as of just yet. Also, 1 second every time I get a critical hit. I think I would be getting my, well, I think the root grenade is actually getting up now. Maybe it's just something where I should be... Instinct of the Master of the Arms only works really well at high levels. I mean, I've always thought that, but now it feels like it's confirmed. 45,000. You know what? It's that whole, I'm trying to go fast here, gotta live that Sanic lifestyle. I'm just gonna go and grab some sort of healing from the food shop and then get out of here. Good parry, and then go. I mean, is it worth buying that? You know, I'm looking at this right now and I'm just like, yes, it is worth it. Because I know that giant fight, it's going to be very easy to get hit a whole lot over the course of that. And that's going to be hell on the melees, if not on the health itself. And I can only expect Necromancy to work so much. Yeah, no, I don't want to spend that much money, but I'm going to do it anyway. Besides, as long as if I can get 60 kills here, going into the giant fight, you always get a very nice set of weapons before that. Hopefully one of which will be a repeater crossbow. Even aside from that, though, also shouldn't have too much difficulty getting through here without a 50% or 100% damage on poison anyway. All right, sell that. See, already getting most of my money back up here. There's going to be a lot of elites coming in here too, and yeah, come on. Good enough. You know what? Fine. I've been struggling with financial planning, as it were. If I don't have to spend any more money past this point, I'm not going to try to. You never know when that when the food shop is going to show up in the final area anyway. Good. That was a good start to show exactly why it was a good idea to get the malaise heal in the previous area. I'm going to be playing like that. Wow, that was a very risky play, expecting to kill that dude before... Speaking of risky plays, oh god. Shouldn't have ran up here. Yeah, speaking of risky plays, just getting that darkness was a bad idea. Oh well. As long as that sort of thing keeps appearing, I'm going to be totally fine. Fine. 2, 1... Come on, 60 kills. I was just talking about how I should get the 60 kills here. Got to do this a little bit better. And as long as I'm able to... I mean, past this point, especially if I get a couple... It won't even make that much of a difference, especially if I can get a couple extra clean food stuffs. I've been pretty lucky about that so far. Would not be disappointed if that luck kept on rolling. I'm gonna see here because I don't know. To be honest, I might end up switching out the corrupted power soon enough, just because I can't really say that the damage has been particularly impressive. I'm not going to be switching out anything for that, though. Can't really say that the damage has been particularly impressive, but I don't know. Is Telluric Shock really that much better? Not going to be good for the giant, as it is something that hits things on the ground. Hard to say what the best idea here is. Although I do think that as far as a quick run goes, this is going pretty well. Not that I think anybody but myself is particularly concerned with something like that. It's still something fun to kind of try, even if it's just semi-speed running. Attempting it occasionally. Two more. I would love to get up to 30 in this area if I possibly can. Oh, a free floating curse chest. There's also going to be a regular curse chest in here, too. You know what? I was just talking about maybe switching that out. This will make the next couple boss fights much easier. Okay, and then aside from that, let's actually try to, you know, not get hit. And not just because I'm cursed, but because I really do want that 60 kill door. That would be ideal if I can possibly manage it. Also with Instinct of the Master of the Arms, this could be quite good. I can just get the criticals to use it over and over. Whether it's pushing enemies around or making sure that I'm not getting hit by projectiles. Well, there's good stuff happening here, regardless of how I'm going to end up using it. I'd like to say that, aside from getting a good turret, getting a colorless... Okay, that works for 2. Getting a colorless tornado is kind of your next best bet. It is very good. To be honest, I like the Spike Shield not just because it has the right stat distribution on it, but just because it does do a lot of extra damage. If I do end up going for a... parry, this will probably take out the enemy before they can do anything to me. Good and good. Because I did not want to be running through trap hallways when I was cursed. I always got the nerves acting up there, and that's a thing that will kill me instantly. Even as simple as something like this is, I feel like I screw it up way more often when I'm cursed just because I'm worried about screwing it up when I'm cursed. What you got? I mean, if it was something that could do some more poison, I would think about switching out the root grenade. And actually, you know, considering how it did kill that one tracker, it might have been worth upgrading that, but I want to keep the poison synergy. I mean, right now I got poison synergy on the repeater crossbow. I got poison that can be had with that. There's a cudgel. There we go. That's the sort of damage that I'm looking for. Also burning the ground. Sure. I don't think I... No, I do have inflammable oil and burns the target on the repeater crossbow, so that's actually something that might work out well. I don't know. Cudgel could be something good, but it's not going to stun bosses. It's such a minor stun that you never really want to... The bosses especially shrug it off extremely quickly. All right. You know what? I'm not even going to screw around with the shop right now. I just want to find the last cursed chest and see if I can clear out of here. No, let's keep this quick. Let's keep this simple. Something in a way where I'm not going to put myself in harm's way any more than I absolutely need to. Aha! Almost got me. There's 25. Come on, Explorer's Rune. Could really use you here. There's 30, by the way. Okay, not bad at all. I'm going to keep some of these enemies alive here, more just so that there is something to relieve my curse with around here when I... Yes, here we go. When I find the door, right now. Nope, nope. I probably didn't need to use the tornado there, but as it were, I should be able to get the cooldown back up. Oh, you know, Wolf Trap? Nah. What am I even thinking? The route for this has been set in stone at this point. There is no point in attempting to change it up past here. Warp down here if you're going to. Oh, or not. Or Tornado's going to have you covered regardless. Instinct of the Master of the Arms. It's something like, haven't really screwed around too much with stuff that is cooldown reduction just because, well, it's pretty difficult to actually get to work a lot of the time. Good. But this definitely seems like the opportunity to really make it start popping off. If there ever was one. Okay, there's Explorer's Rune. What do we got? A couple fragments, but aside from that, it's mostly just health. Oh, well. I mean, I don't know. I think I got a good shot at this. I still think it's a stupid idea. If I was being careful, I would be going for the Timekeeper instead, but that's not what this run's about. Shortest day of the year, shortest run of the year, baby. At least, I can only hope. I hope it's not the shortest run of the year because I die. Definitely seems like the sort of monkey's paw wish that would result from this. There you go. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to damage. Ah! Oh, well, whatever. I got the 60 kills. It doesn't matter. See that gold skull? That gold skull says, hey, buddy, you got that 60 kills. Good on you. Now, past this point, there is something of a question of what do I want to end up taking. Because I do think that it might, it might actually be worth, like, using a potion charge and then switching out one of the mutations that I got. Instead of necromancy taking, I don't know, a little bit of extra health or something. Maybe even, you know what? I'm looking at it right now. Maybe even switching out the double ammo, because how useful has the double ammo really been? I think that I am covered pretty well by the shield right now, as it were. Well, let's see what's in here first. Okay, a rampart. Yeah. No question on that. Invincibility? Absolutely. Now, here's a question. Do I want to try to get the repeater crossbow to have piercing? And the answer is yes, I do. But do I want to do that at the expense of potentially losing the 100% on poison? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's not worth it. However, Dead Inside and then Necromancy is going to be a better combination. Let's just keep rolling with Instinct as I've been doing right now. Why not? It's been pretty good so far. It was a slow roll, but I do think that it's definitely pulling its weight right now. Oh, this just feels like a very bad idea. Well, I don't think I'm getting the stuns that I was hoping for. Oh, well. Nope, I am absolutely not getting the stuns that I was hoping for. Well, that's going to be a problem. Can I stun this? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, well then, this was a bad idea then. As it turns out, the dumb idea I had was a bad one. Okay. I don't know, I thought that it's like, works when the enemy... I did say, like, hey, stun grenades are not very useful with this, and hey, lo and behold, here we are. Oh, well, it's not going too bad so far, though. Good. And Rampart, I do think, is going to be just of tantamount importance in the future, too. At least the poison is still effective, if nothing else. Still, it's too bad that Instinct of the Master of the Arms is not really doing much of anything right now. Piercing would have definitely been the thing to go for, I think. Okay. Worst comes to worst, I'm getting out of this okay. I don't know. I still am not entirely sure if the if the wolf trap would even work on this fight, but I think this probably would work a little bit better than this. Dang old... You know, frankly, I put the blame entirely on Root Grenade. Never use this thing, that's why. Stun is too low, cooldown's too high. Nah. Juice ain't worth squeeze, baby. I'll take it. Even with 31 survival. Yeah, you really do need to have the... I think the moral of the story is great weapon as long as you have the critical happening in one way or another. If you ain't got that critical, this weapon don't work as nice as you'd like it to. Whoa! Good dodge there. Not so much there. Oh well, that said, it's going fine. Piercing would help out so much here. Even without the networking. Yeah. What? Oh, well, I guess I at least held the shield up. I don't know. Small victories and all that. And yeah, I think that taking out the ammo mutation was definitely the way to go. Ow. If you'll excuse me 1 second while I heal. Does look like you can root the eye, though, because I was definitely doing more damage when I had that active on there. However that even works, or whatever that even means. Oh well, I'll just make sure that I have that up when the opportunity arises. Ah, good. That said, still not enough to take him down, but not going to be too much of a problem in a couple seconds. Oh, great. He's got the potion. He's got the super attack. Doesn't matter, because that should do it. Yes, there we go. A little bit of a nail biter there, and obviously not the build that you want to go up against the giant with, but hey, it worked. I'm not going to say it didn't. All right, let's book it out of here. It's 45 minutes, but still. It's, faster than usual getting to the throne room. Usually getting here at like an hour into the run. So it's the magic of what you would call minor victories. Disappointing that I didn't get any sort of stunning on there. I guess, yeah, the wolf trap is really the way to go. I had high hopes. High apple pie in the sky hopes for the root grenade, but yeah. Nah. Oh well. Here it'll at least do something comparatively. Tornado, same thing. Hey, I'm back. And about time too. First member of the DK crew. And you know what I said the root grenade was going to do something? Well, it absolutely did not do anything. This is gay. Ah, I gotta get the parry more if I'm gonna try that. Which, I mean, there's no reason not to try to parry with this shield. It is, like, the best shield you can get. And this is just proving it like none other. Okay, well, yeah, that works. Works out well for me. Well, when the rooting does work, it's great. Ah. Fine, fine. You know, I think that really you can call this run the, like, disappointing root grenade run more than anything else. All right, well, not great, but whatever. I'll take a victory over nothing after all. Yeah, it's interesting that, you know, it cuts both ways in the way that a single weapon can steal the show. Well, let's get into the astrolabe. At least I made it here this time. And I do think that with this particular build, one weapon accepted, I should have a pretty good chance at finishing this. Provided that I don't fall off of the roof of the astrolabe a couple times. Which, don't say it's impossible. I can make the impossible happen in with just purely the power of my own incompetence. Great. Okay, well, at least root grenade is going to help out with those guys. Just going to let me down when I need it the most, though. Anyway. Okay. Look for something to change that up. Maybe I'll be able to get a lucky legendary weapon, which I can always hope for, but for the most part, it's like I just need something. I mean, I'm not even looking all that much for... Okay, great. Not even looking all that much for, like, upgrades to just about anything. It's really just... Whoa! I hit the bottom of that electricity there. It's really just looking for the exit more than anything else. That said, I'll take 35 survival. Why not? Even at only 30,000 health, that's still more than enough. That's still more than I'll probably require to beat the final boss. A corrosive cloud. I mean, would it be worth taking? Nah. That would be poison and also bleed on there. No, I'll save up for a couple of the shops in here. Who knows what's going to show up? Hopefully a skill shop more than anything else. But it is completely random. Frustratingly random, one could say, how this do. So yeah, if you're looking for a final review for this weapon, I'm going to say, boy, it's great when you can get the critical. Not so great at any other point in time, though. And definitely Instinctive Master of Arms is doing pretty well, but it does require a lot of prep up to make that happen. There. God, I hate those things. More often than not, leading to me losing so much health. I mean, much like the actual boss himself when he uses that move. I'll take an elite, sure. Bam and bam. What you got? I mean, I guess I'll take it for the extra health more than anything else. I have 35. As of right now, I have 35 points of survival. It's like, do I really need to focus on getting even more? No, it's fine. Though I am definitely going to want to try to kill as many enemies as possible with the whole issues that I'm currently having with health. Take you down, no problem. Oh, wow, that could have actually clipped my non-existent head. Thankfully, it didn't. I already gotten harmed by a Magistrate of Death, which is honestly a little bit of a rare occurrence, despite how frightening their whole name and general demeanor is. They tend not to hit me too much. Unless things are going horribly wrong. Okay. And okay. Anything else we're looking at here? I mean, the critical for this weapon is pretty hefty. I mean, it is more than double. So you do really want to focus on getting that as much as you possibly can. Oh, yeah, those guys can't get stunned, but I guess they can get rooted. That was something that I didn't really question all that much. Slammers, I didn't think, but they could be they might have been a good counter for this build, but thankfully rooting still works. I guess now that I think about it, having a wolf trap does work on them as well, so that's not really too surprising. Okay, and there was not as much up here as I was expecting. Oh, well, at least I got the alien key right now. I just got to look for the second one. And then hopefully that second shop will have something good for me. This is one of the few times that I don't want a food shop to be showing up in the astrolabe. Because I'm mostly doing okay, and I'm not going to be able to afford a potion charge, the one thing that I would want anyway. Oh, come on. You are killing me in so many ways here. Cool. Liposuction. It's like so very useless at this point in time. You've outlived your usefulness. Well, there's still plenty of enemies here for necromancy to work. Oh, thank God, there's something. You know what I want, baby. Makes victims bleed. Sounds gravy. Well, I am going to lose on the poison. Do I care all that much about poison? Yeah, kinda, but like also... Here, like, you would be better. And it's not too much more money, after all. Yeah, this is going to be the one I'm going to go for. Bleed would be nice, but it's not like I have a bleed-focused build in any way right now. Done. All right. An interesting combo of stuff on there, but I'm not going to worry about it. This should be all I need for the rest of the run here. There goes the necromancy. Yep. Or the liposuction cells, too. Liposuction, the powerhouse of the cell, of course. Okay. Let's finish this up here. Oh, look at how nice and consistent that was. I can't believe that this run has just gotten to me being salty about the root grenade of all things. I wanted it to work so much because I never really thought all that much about the root grenade, but it disappointed me so hard. It's like, what more is there to say on that? I believed in you, root grenade, and you spat in my face. Anyway, let's get out of here. Honestly, got a pretty good build for the final boss here. I'm gonna have to make sure that I use my shield pretty judiciously, but aside from that, it's like shouldn't have too much of a bravado at all. Switch out necromancy for maybe extended healing for even more health gained, and potentially. No, well, on DPS, I mean, not even potentially DPS, it's just there will be more DPS. It's like, yeah, no. I'm liking the look of this. Now, what I'm not liking is the look of more librarians, but thankfully I at least took out that guy easily enough. And necromancy is coming through in the clutch when I need it. Good. So yeah, I gotta tell you, this weapon is much better than what it used to be. Oh god, it's like, it wasn't quite on the level of Spartan Sandals, which was so bad it was almost a joke. Which, even though it's a virtual weapon in a video game, is such a cruel sort of line to give to anything that I almost don't want to. But it was really that bad. That said, it is clearly this weapon comparatively clearly so much better now. You could like not even kill an enemy before you ran out of ammo at in its early levels. It was embarrassingly bad. And now synergizing with one of the more common things that you can get in survival has just done so much to really change my opinion on it. Librarians, though, remain as terrible as ever. One of the things this doesn't have compared to the quick bow, in case you were thinking, hey, maybe I should be using this instead of the quick bow, is that it can't really track onto enemies. It just shoots forward and, well, nothing else. Okay, I'm going to wait 1 second. Because first off, I do want to kill that librarian. It's got some sort of stat or potentially a legendary item. Oh, interesting. Would actually not be too bad here, but, you know, the rampart and everything is such an important part of this run that I can't possibly get rid of anything for that. I do have poison with it generates toxic cloud around the trap. It's just, that's not that useful. It's not that important right now. Good, good, good. Oh boy. I hate that hedgehog. Okay, that'll do it. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. I hate that hedgehog. Anyway, let's just get out of here. That was spooky. Thankfully, I was able to rally up enough health, and necromancy should kind of cover me for the rest of this. Box elites. People have said, it's just like, hey, why are you so worried about box elites? You take so little damage from them on average. It's like, that's why. Doesn't matter how little damage I take. It only takes one time for me to be afeared of that. That sort of potential opportunity to get just comboed to death by the edges of quadrilateral. Like, it changes a man. Done and done. Yep, that should do it. Pretty good astrolabe, if I do say so myself, and I shouldn't have too much trouble killing the boss at this point in time. We'll end up switching out necromancy, but I think everything else can stay. Yeah, I don't really see any reason why I should drop instinct of Master of Arms. That inside. Switch you off for extended healing, getting that extra 18,000 DPS. And just make sure you use this shield more than anything else. Because that's going to be the ammo management that I got going on here. Well, not as short as I was hoping it was going to be. It is over an hour now, but hey, it's what you expect when it comes to a 5-cell mode, regardless of how fast you're going. Unless you are literally building for speed runs. Let's go. Careful, careful. Wow, look at that damage. It is very impressive. Sure. Okay. Okay, yeah. 2, 1. Yep. Do have to watch out because I am starting to lose. Well, so much for the perfect fight. To be honest, I was kind of hoping that I might be able to do the perfect fight, but I also knew that it was extremely unlikely. Because I am this is the final right now. Oh, whoops. Come on, stop spamming that attack. You're gonna get stale moves at the end here. Come on, just walk over here like 5 more seconds. I don't know why I'm trying to bother getting like the weird, stupid combos going on here when I can just like fight him and it'll be fine. There. And done. Easy as pie on that. I mean, even just a parry with the rampart did just fine.